Hello YouTube, it's me again, and today we're going to try something a little different. We're going to try to do this speed build. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Okay, so what's been happening is I've been watching James Turner's cottage living Let's Play, and it inspired me to try and build an orchard. So I went online and I found some inspiration pics, and this is what we're going to end up with. As you'll see, I'm doing paths here, and I originally wanted to do it with the cottage living pathing because, because it has terrain paint and tile of the same design. But then I decided I didn't like it, so I scrapped it. And I do go back later and go over it again, but that's much later. Because I eventually decided that this should all be base game. And so that's what I did. As you can see, I'm kind of sorting. I wasn't sure how I wanted to lay this out to begin with. So I went sorting through debug to see if there was anything that could help me. And I tried playing with these like debug garden planters, kind of. I think there's a bunch of them like Oasis Springs or whatnot, and I just messed around with them. But none of them are really the right size or the right shape. So I do spend quite a bit scrolling through debug for this. I also scroll through debug for the plants. I found some of them, but some of them I just ended up placing like the actual bits and pieces. Like here I found the trees. And I could only place certain trees for whatever reason, so I just went with whatever I was allowed to do. Some of them placed in season, where you can actually see the tree, and some of them placed out of season. I'm not sure if that was something on my end, or if it's just how the debug works. I also took quite a bit of time trying to figure out how to put the trees in order, which I did eventually get that figured out too. But that's what I'm doing now, is I'm trying to find layouts for the trees. And I wanted to do just base game trees. At first, I just did like the regular fruiting trees. Like I believe I put the lemon at the bottom, and then in the middle, the cherry are the ones at the top, and they're the ones that actually placed properly. The pomegranates are the one right in front of the building, and these are the apple trees. And I did make quite a big area for the apple trees. And then see, here's what was going on, is that there's little plots for other plants in the layout that I was using. So I'm trying to mark that out here with more terrain paint. Because they did give me some idea of where to put some of my plants. And here I'm just adjusting more of the terrain paint. I do go inside eventually, because I do eventually do the interior. But for the first part of the video, I stick to mostly the exterior. But I did, decide to finish the house, roof it, put some doors in. I think I put some windows in, just so I could, get things figured out, get a nice layout. This little extension here ends up being like a greenhouse or a nursery, whatever you want, whatever you'd like to call it. And I just basically use like the mission style decor or the mega basic decor. Just to have some cohesion or some sense of theming or style. So here I'm finding the fruiting plants, and since I can't actually find the plants, I just put the fruit down. And I do a lot of back and forth with this as well, trying to get it where I think it should go and what makes sense. And like I said, I couldn't find the actual plants, so I just went with the actual fruits. So if you place this in your game, you'll have to have a sim come through and start planting things. And if you want to move them around before your sim plants them, you still can. Like I said, they're just kind of sitting there. Okay. Sorry, I'm okay. Let's talk about some of these Sims updates. I haven't played the new scenarios yet, but I have seen James Turner play the cooking one where your sim is so unlucky he starts starting fires everywhere, and that was interesting to watch because especially since his character kept setting himself on fire or the oven on fire. Like I said, I spend a lot of time trying to arrange my orchards, and then here I add more apple trees. So that looks interesting. I also think the new kit looks interesting. I like all the wild and crazy colors. I think it'll be fun. I prefer build kits over cast kits. So that's something I think I might purchase at some point. Maybe after Little Simsy does her review of it and then I see what actually comes in it, I'll make my decision then, but I'm going to get it sooner or later. Oh, and here's where I decide to put the plantain trees in. And like I said, I'm not sure what I did or if it was debug itself, but some of them are in season in trees, and some of them are just little plots. I'm actually doing some outdoor landscaping now, which I do eventually adjust as I do the interior because some of the plants were on the inside. But I really actually like how this back area turned out. Because not only do I landscape it all these pretty flowers, I end up putting lots of seating areas in. And so I end up putting like some benches and picnic tables back here. And it's just really, really pretty. I usually think I'm pretty terrible at landscaping, but on more terrain paint. I used a lot of terrain paint. The other idea with this orchard, and I'll go into a little bit more of that as we go on the interior, is that the idea is that other Sims might come to visit your orchard, and because that's kind of how it works in real life. Like, there's a lot of people that have like stupid amounts of like apple trees, and so at the end of the season they'll go, "Hey, come pick your own apples," and you give them like $5 and you can pick as many apples as you want, just because the apple trees produce so much that they can't use all of them. So I kind of figured that that's kind of what would happen here, or it'd be more like educational, like come see how we do this, come tour our orchard and learn about the orchard industry or whatever. So there's lots of like seating places, and I really like the pathing that came with the layout. So I'm like, okay, so maybe your Sims take other Sims on little guided tours. So I didn't put a whole lot of extra pathing or terrain paint apart from this little bit in the back and the bits in the front. I also don't know if I put. I'm terrible with garbage, so you might need an outdoor garbage, and you might need to move the mailbox because I don't know if I put a mailbox in or adjusted the one that came with the lot. By the way, I believe this is a 30 by 30? This might be a 30 by 30. It's in Newcrest. That's the Tranquil Crescent lot in Newcrest, which I think is the 30 by 30. I will double check for you. This took me a while too because I wanted the bottom to have that little brick, and then it took me a while to figure out, okay, which one actually matches. So that was me trying to figure out, what actually matches. And like I said, this is all base game. Oh, good grief. I cannot spell today. Oh, finally getting started on the interior. Now, the interior layout does change a couple of different times, because as you can see, I don't even have stairs in yet, which is what I'm trying to do now. And I actually, oh, I hit the wrong button here. So, we go back out to, spend several minutes in the loading screens, because I hit the wrong button. But, you know. Okay, so Tranquil Crescent. It is a 30 by 30. Okay, so it's not huge, but it's not small either. So, yeah, anyway, we come back here and I start picking out, like, I do change some of the lighting, but it was mostly so I could see what was going on. Yeah, and again, just trying to find the thing that matches. I tried to keep the wood tone all the same, but I don't think I managed it. And here's where I decided, okay, like, here's the entrance. And so the entrance has a bathroom off it, and then there's another bathroom right beside it that's like the family bathroom, or the family downstairs bathroom. So the public bathroom, yep, it has stalls. And I did have to use move objects to get the doors next to each other, because that's just how it works. And here I'm just trying to figure out if I can just see what I can see. And I think I use a couple of different shades throughout. And I figured a garbage can made sense in the public bathroom, you know, just because. And I put some soap dispensers and some bits and pieces in. Yep, and I did eventually figure out what hand towels I wanted in there, and I put toilet roll in eventually. And since I was doing bathrooms, I just carried on and did the family bathroom, which has a bathtub and a shower. And I tried to figure out which shower matched better, but I think I settled on that one. And like I said, I tried to do mission furniture, but some things I did just because they looked a little better. And this double towel thing, it's just something I've been into lately. Because usually I'll put one like above the bathtub, but since there was a window there, I put it on the wall. And here's where I try and find some wallpaper that isn't terrible and matches. And here's where I start deciding, okay, we need to do something different here. So I switched things up, moved some rooms around, messed up, fixed it, put it back, and made a nice little haul. And I thought it turned out pretty cute. I really liked how this turned out. Yeah, and here's where I had to, like, redo some of the wallpaper. I ended up leaving the kitchen. That's one of those is going to be the kitchen. Yep, here I'm doing the kitchen. I ended up leaving the kitchen blue because I thought that was kind of interesting. And I used like it's either the second or third best appliances, I think. And my favorite trash can, which is the really expensive one that earns you simoleons as you throw things away. And I tried making the rooms all connect a little bit. So like I used the orange shades into the blue so that when you went out into the living room, it didn't look so bad. And I love this little nook where the table and chairs went. I thought that ended up pretty cute. And then I did blue tone rugs on the floor. And I eventually fixed that as well, but you know, the orange would have worked because, you know, it's orange, but I was trying to match wood tones. And I adjust some of the windows as well, especially when you get upstairs where I just kind of put windows in where it looked good on the outside. I adjusted some and got rid of some. I do eventually end up change couches because I decided, like I said, I was trying to use the mega ones, and the wood tone matched better, and it matched the walls. And this rug I thought really kind of tied things together because it's got a blue outline, so you go into the blue kitchen or the blue hallway, and then it was kind of brown on the middle, so that really worked. Here I am trying to find curtains, and I think I just end up with shades again, I don't remember what I ended up with. Blinds. I ended up with blinds. That's what I did. And I changed the TV because it didn't look right. And since these people obviously like plants, they run an orchard, I had to add more plants. So there's a couple of plants in the corner, and then it took me forever to figure out what I was going to do with the walls. Like, the walls were so big and empty, and wanted something big on the walls. I tried making a little gallery, but I think I ended up deleting this too because it just didn't work right. Or I found something else to do on the wall, I think. Yep, and I replaced that with aprons because I thought that looked better, and I forgot we had that. Yes, there, I replaced it with the shadow boxes. And then this is the entryway, which I tried to make like, you know, kind of like an advertising place, but mostly I just put those two pictures, and then I went to do, did I do it? Yeah. And like the hallway is actually the family's entranceway, so I put a few things up there where they could hang their coats and stuff. And then this is like meant to be like the nursery and whatnot. So I spent some time, you know, just organizing and putting some stuff in there, like the hose. I think I got rid of the aprons and moved things around. So I think I put I put this cork board up there because, you know, I figured it was, you know, managing the orchard, whatever, plants, whatever. And I wanted a runner in the hallway, but I couldn't center it because the stairs are on one side. Oh, I took a break. This is where I took a small break. But I wanted runners in the hallway, but the stairs prevented me from actually centering them, so I tried centering them to the door. I think I changed that eventually too. And okay, here's where I actually work on the entryway. And I thought, I like the two tables in the middle, but I eventually flipped them so they're a little more centered. And the idea is like you can come, you can sit, you can use the bathroom. There's like some presentations on display. That's what's on that little hall table. I eventually changed the other one. Put some counters there too. But I put like these little pictures of pears and apples because there's pears and apple trees outside. You know, just like some general things like tissues or plants because, you know, they're plant people. But I wanted the fruit bowls. So it was like, come in and try our fruit. I don't know. It sounded good at the time, and that's what I did. And since there's only a couple of base game fruits, that's what I ended up doing. And I changed that light eventually too. Well, I don't change the wall lights because I ended up kind of actually liking them. Yep, and there I switched those around. Put some more here's where, I switched the rugs around. Put some more paintings up. Like I did a bunch of the fruit paintings. I wanted a coffee maker, so I switched things out for cabinets and put a coffee maker and the little coffee thing on there so you can sit and have coffee and try the fruit, you know. Do I change that? I might change that. I don't remember if I do or not. Okay, and then we go upstairs. And I wanted to kind of match up the hallways a little bit, so that's what I'm doing here. Because I really liked that hallway downstairs. And so then I start dividing this up. And this is actually only a 2-bedroom house. But you could, you know, you can make them smaller. You can convert them into smaller rooms, kind of like I did here. Oh, yeah, and here I am rearranging the lights again because I decided to rearrange lights and bring them all upstairs and, you know, do a little bit fancier lights. And I steal the wood flooring and doors and all that kind of stuff. So you can see the 2 bedrooms opposite each other. I make them both full master suites with bathrooms attached. And then there is a bathroom out to the hallway. I've been loving this like his and hers thing I've been doing lately. So there's a blue bathroom and a pink bathroom, and then the hallway bathroom is like tannish, peachish. Or did I make this one green? No, I made it blue. Should have made it green, but this is an office. I decided y'all are running a business, you need an office. Or a dedicated office, so that's what I'm doing here. I do go back and rearrange it a little bit too, because I decided it's far too empty. Anyway, here's the shades and stuff, which I stole from downstairs. And then I decided, hey, it's a bathroom on the second floor. You probably won't need as much shades. And here I bring the carpets back. Again, I couldn't center them because there's stairs there, but I liked how this turned out. I did put hobbies in each of the bedrooms, besides just the gardening on the outside. So you can paint in the blue room, and then the pink room has a chess table, which you can see there. And here I just put some stuff on the walls. I think I end up doing this, because I thought this made more sense. So you've got some pictures in the hallway. And I eventually switched the beds around because I thought, oh, this one has a better color for this room, and this one has a better color for this room. And I adjust the windows again. I will say that the hobbies get switched around several different times because I decide I don't like them. And they do kind of mirror each other in the end because I just couldn't figure out a layout I liked besides what I had. So you've got like a pink and white furniture room, and then like a blue and dark furniture room. Because, yeah, I think I end up switching some of the stuff around? I really like ottomans at the foot of the bed lately, too. For some reason, that just seems to be the thing for me. And, of course, more plants. Like I said, these people like plants, so there's plants everywhere. There's a plant in the corner and a plant on the dresser. I really wanted to use that painting. I never did get it figured out, though. But the mega painting seemed to do the trick, so I used that in a couple of different places. I think there's one down in the living room. And here I decided we all needed something else. And I do believe your sim can use that thing there. You can still get into bed. Oh yes, and then here the 2 ensuite bathrooms get hot tubs, because I thought that was fancy, and they're doing really well with their orchard, so they needed some fancy hot tubs to relax at the end of the day. And yes, I said that word. Like I said, I'm enjoying putting the towels over the bathtub, so I did that again too, and then put some other stuff. I took forever deciding where to put that. And then, of course, I had to move objects to put stuff on the shelf, because apparently things don't slot to that shelf. It's just an empty shelf. And this one I made a little more fancy and a little more ladylike. And she gets an actual cupboard, because I never get to use those. And, of course, there's a plant in the bathroom. And there I adjust the office and put a plant in there. And so it's a little less empty, but, you know, there's still lots of stuff. And then here's the hallway bathroom. Which, again, you know, towel over the bathtub. I think I get a couple of rugs. I do rugs after this, I believe, because I decided, oh, hey, we need rugs. Rugs just tie the room together. And then I go outside, and here, yeah, I mess around with some of the windows because everything looked kind of bland, so I put some window boxes up. I really wanted to use those balconies, and I think I just ended up doing them in the back. Oh, and then I did some trim. Because, again, the house just looked kind of bland without it. And I never did put a chimney in, even though I put one on the roof, because the roof looked empty. And then I go back to landscaping again, because I decided, oh, hey, this is an orchard, this is a business. You need a sign out front. So I found a base game sign to put out front. And that's what I did here. Oh, yeah, and I'm redoing, the benches. Yep. A lot of these get removed, changed, adjusted. So I was trying to figure things out. But see, the back turned out really neat with all the benches and flowers back there. I really liked that. But here's where I start putting picnic tables in. I tried to put a grill in, but it just didn't look right. So I got rid of that and just did picnic benches. So there's a picnic area. Oh, and I decided to put an actual tree. I wanted to find a debug tree, but I couldn't find a debug tree I liked. So I ended up just putting in a regular old tree and with some landscaping around it. And yes, there's a little surprise in your greenhouse if you decide to play with this. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm not going to say what it was. But there's a little surprise in the greenhouse if you decide to download this lot. Yep, so I just ended up... Yeah, I sized down one of those and then did some landscaping around it. And I also decided we needed some fences. So I fenced up... This is actually the little flower garden here. I don't know if I said that, but I put some base game flowers in there. And fenced it off and then added some more seeding. And just adjusting, and decided we needed a sign on the other side, so I shuffled over my vegetable garden, which is that's there, and then I added this fence. And yes, the sign kind of covers the fence post a little bit. And so I spend ages doing terrain paint, adjusting terrain paint, blending, erasing, blending, erasing, adjusting, moving the vegetable gardens, adjusting the sign, adjusting the orchard because now it was in the wrong place according to the sign. And then terrain paint because I decided, oh yeah, this is base game. I'm using cottage living terrain paint. I need to fix this. So I fixed it, and then I fixed it, and then I had to fix it, and then I fixed it, and then I fixed it, and then I blended, and then I undid, and put some more. I decided to actually do a little bit more fencing. I think I deleted the one. No, I tried to see if there was a gate I liked, and then I think I ended up just leaving it as is. Oh yeah, I changed the color because I thought it matched the sign. And that is the end. I saved it to the gallery. I'm at LathieX on the gallery. I don't think I did the right amount of bedrooms because there's actually 2. But anyway, this is on the gallery as Base Game Orchard. My handle on Origin / The Sims Gallery is LathieX, LEITHEX. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like these kinds of videos, do let me know. I actually had fun recording it because I just kind of sat and did my own thing. This actually took me about 3 hours to fully do because I took a couple of breaks in between and just kind of left it recording. But yeah, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!